Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, March 1st, 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new to this podcast, please be sure to check out my website at lisahopp.com. I'm also on Instagram under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. I'm on Facebook under the business page Lisa M. Hopp, Spiritual Coach and Medium. And I'm on TikTok under Lisa M. Hopp. And for those of you who listen every week and give me such wonderful feedback, especially, thank you. I appreciate you all so much. We're on to the topic today, finding peace while you expand. And peace is a very timely subject right now. But this particular podcast is about how to grow in wealth and love and faith without losing your center, without feeling that chaos. Sometimes when we have expansion, we do feel uncomfortable. But growth does not have to feel overwhelming, and it doesn't have to mean pressure, and it doesn't have to imbalance our nervous system. We often feel when we have growth that, well, quite honestly, it's outside our comfort zone. We're going into a new identity. We're going into a programming that we haven't had before. We're returning to it. We're remembering it. But it's still new to us in this lifetime. It's like being put into a whole new room with whole new people and whole new experiences. And we're not quite sure, well, if we're really embracing our new identity, we know we belong there. But we can have moments where we feel a little bit too new, a little bit still attached to our old identity. But the important thing is to feel aligned, to feel centered, to know that when growth happens to us, it is alignment with that higher energy. Have you ever noticed that when things start improving, sometimes your nervous system doesn't always feel calm? Why does growth feel unsettling? Because our programming that was put into us when we were so young, when we were just babies, is embedded. It is so embedded that imagine you couldn't take like a little shovel and dig it out unless you spent a lot of time on it or a lot of effort. It's staunch. It's really there in a thick, hard way. It's your heart. It's your hardware. It's not even truly your software. And so, can we reprogram? Of course. Those who are most successful among us use the neuro-linguistic programming. They use methods to not only reprogram the hardware, but also they'll do it to reprogram the software. And so, of course, it's possible. And it's possible, as I'm being told to put it this way, to realign yourself. But still, that programming, that ego part of you will pop up and tell you, sure you want to do that? You sure you don't want to start to exercise until tomorrow? Are you sure you don't want to eat that tonight and just start tomorrow? It's there poking at us at times when we're feeling that we are coming to a new embodiment, a new alignment. It still pop up. But the growth happens when you see it, when you're aware of it, and you overcome it. You say, no, I'm going to start that today, even if it's in small measure. Now, I understand personally because I do it with meditation. I'll say, oh, you're tired today. Why not do it tomorrow? And I have started going, no, even if it's a smaller amount of meditation, I'm going to do it. And then I feel so victorious. I'm so proud of myself that I overcome that little moment. Now, it's possible that this is also going on just because it's possible. But that ego can also be like your personal Satan. Now, could it be Satan? It's himself or herself. Anything is possible. Trying to divert you. That would go more to, are you trying to do a higher good? Are you trying to make a difference? And little temptation, and we're in the time of temptation, of remembering that those 40 days, those 40 nights. Don't you want to make it easier? Don't you want to wait till tomorrow? So I think that little voice can be a little bit of a Satan too. A little bit of our lower self perhaps, or full blown, depending. But so easy to overcome. Bring that God energy around you, that higher source energy around you. And interestingly enough, by the way, and I've said this before, if you are a listener every week, you can call that higher source energy God, source, universe, whatever you want to call it. Why I say interestingly enough is the other day I was given the name Source, even though I've grown up using God. And so Source has actually this week become more comfortable for me to use than God. And God felt more uncomfortable to say, but that doesn't mean there's a lower energy involved. It's just in my connection, Source said to me, Source provides. Source is the giver. Go to Source. Allow Source to do that. So I found that very interesting because they're the same thing. It wasn't anything lower telling me to not say God. All right, so, and in your experience, whether you're religious or interfaith or agnostic or atheist, however you want to be, because just believe in the energy. You can call it whatever you want, but it is real. It is a true embodiment, a true experience, a true energy, whether you think it's tied to a religious faith or not. Quantum physics, that's science. So if you're scientific rather than religious, you can call it Source, you can call it energy, you can call it matrix, you can call it whatever you'd like. It's all the same thing. Sometimes expansion, as well as I said, can feel unfamiliar, chaotic, before it feels peaceful. But this is how you move on to the peaceful. Just realize that identity is a shift. And sometimes with that shift can come a little bit of fear. The fear of the responsibility of it, the fear of visibility, of being larger, of being greater. The fear of drifting away from those old patterns. Maybe the fear of losing relationships in your life. Maybe you have a subconscious loyalty to struggle because it's been embedded to you. Some people feel safer in just enough mode. It's okay, I feel comfortable just having enough. And some people feel calmer from not being visibly seen. When it comes to how some people feel strange when their body actually feels good. They don't know what to do about that. Is it going to last? It's something new for me. It feels uncomfortable. But again, peace is where we want to go. Peace is the real sign. True expansion is aligned with that energy that is Source or God. And it'll never feel frantic, that true energy. It always will feel steady, spacious, supported, clear, peaceful, calm, whole. That's so important to know. So when your nervous system does feel safe, you can actually hold more. You can actually deal with more. You can actually be in a place to be able to be the CEO when you were the employee. Peace actually increases your capacity. So that is another reason why it is so important to go to peace. Now, if you listen to me every week, you know, and in various other ways, you know that I'm all about heart-mind centeredness, heart-mind cohesion. And I'm about to invite you to include that in your life. Because breathing is the way to regulate the nervous system. So at this time, if you are not driving, put your hand on your heart or across your heart center. Take a breath in, counting to 4, and an exhale, counting to 6. Slow breaths. And do it until you feel that any anxiety, any urgency, any stress, any heaviness is leaving. You may need to do it 4 times, 5 times or more, but do it. And then, once you feel that lightness, I want you to say either out loud or within your own mind, can wealth feel safe? Can love feel safe? Can growth be quiet? Can I allow this next level to feel calm? Yes. Then I want you to say, what if this next level was calm? And then after that, you don't have to do it right now, but if you want, continue at I ams, which are God source, God code. No matter what you put after I am, it's going to come into your life physically. It has to by natural law. So if you will, say I am worthy. I am safe. I am free. I matter. I am more than enough. And allow yourself to feel that groundedness, that steadiness. And you do that whenever you need to. I do it before an appointment. I do it whenever a stressful moment may come up. I do it whenever I am feeling anything I don't want to feel. Sadness, stress, disappointment, a moment of slight anger. I don't get raged, but there could be moments when things around me, people, experiences, the news, can cause me to have a feeling that I know is not the healthiest for me. And whenever that you feel that way, you can breathe. It is so powerful. I also want to say to you, again, there are natural laws of the universe. And one of those natural laws is a law of rhythm, or a law of contrast. What goes up has to come down. What prospers has to stop prospering sometimes for a minute, or a day, or a month. Go with the ebbs and the flows. And allow yourself to know that no matter what, you are provided for. You are safe. Allow that providing, though. Sometimes we think we have to do it all on our own. Allow yourself to be part of a team, a co-creator. Allow yourself to be supported. You are not on your own, even if you feel it. You are never on your own. I also want to say to you about this world right now. It may seem like it's out of control, that it's not safe, that it's chaos, that there's too much evil. I had a conversation the other day with someone. They think there's a lot of evil in the world. There isn't a lot of evil. It's just leading sometimes a bit more. The only way to conquer evil is through wholeness, peace coming from inside of you, and love for yourself first. The people that you know, the people that you don't know, that you send it out to, the world as a whole. That takes care of everything, and it emanates from inside of you, adding to the imbalance with anger, with rage. Not to say we shouldn't be advocates, but adding to it with hate will only bring more hate. Anger only brings more anger. Put out what you want, not what you don't want to see. It's so very important. Know how powerful you are. You have all the power of God within you. It is not just on the outside of you swirling around, it's on the inside of you as well. This is a time where we have to see these things that we don't want to see in order for them to be healed. It is a time of bringing new earth, a time of transition, a time of awakening. And so when you are awakening, at first you will see the chaos, perhaps injustice, perhaps more violence, perhaps more to fear, but we are never supposed to fear. Fear is giving up that internal power that we have, and it is lack of trust. It is disconnection. It is separation. Yes, when you have a moment of fear, it is okay to feel it. But then breathe. Trust. Center, ground. It will help it all to go away. Now, in this time where we are in expansion, personally and globally, it's important to know that's why you're here. That's why we're all here. And it is meant to be worked through. It is meant for the flow of higher energy to flow into the lower energy and dissolve it and heal it, one step at a time. You are here to be an experience of love. You are here to expand, to open yourself up to everything you would ask for, because when you ask for it, it is yours. So when you go to feel uncomfortable, when you go to feel any emotion that would be considered a lower vibration emotion, again, reconnect to the highest source that is also you, and bring that peace. if everybody comes together in a moment of peace, a gathering of intention towards peace, peace has to arrive on the earth. If we come together and allow chaos, that's what we'll get also. And also want to say this, if you will. And when I say if you will, I honor your free will. We are one consciousness. When we are at war, it doesn't matter if our child or grandchild or any loved one is a soldier. We are all connected to each other. And when one is affected, all are affected. We are all mothers, sisters, brothers, grandmothers, connections to each other. It is important to not have any apathy about that at any level. What happens to one again happens to the all. So when you hear about a child being killed in Gaza or in Iran or anywhere, that child is connected to you too. And we are impacted in our lives. We may not realize the direct impact, but we are. It will always come out and show itself in some way. The same as when you find it's okay to allow someone to be disrespected. The same, when you allow someone to be disrespected, you're asking for disrespect yourself. When you think it's okay to hate someone, even if they are completely unlikable and unlovable, there are humans that are, a test. But understand that what you put out, you get back. Do you want someone hating you? Do you want someone who feels anger towards you? We are all connected. So always send love to everything you're exposed to. Be informed by legitimate sources and send no fear, no rage, no anger. Just send peace and love towards that energy. We get lessons about that too. Be aware. Be alert to those lessons. There's always something that connects us, even if we're not a fan of someone. I just got that lesson. There was someone that I don't. I wasn't particularly admiring them. But they had an event happen. And I was able to give them compassion and understanding and grace and a hope for healing. And when you hope for healing, you send healing. So that was a lesson, a reminder for me, not necessarily a lesson, but a reminder that there's always some connection we have with every single one of each other. We're more alike than we are not alike. So send out that powerful energy to the all. That's the way to change the world. But meanwhile, also, don't stop yourself from expanding. Again, that's why you're here. Allow yourself to align. And when you feel like you're in new clothes and new environments, Like the Beverly Hillbillies. I don't know, did people in Europe ever get to watch the Beverly Hillbillies? But I hope you did. The Beverly Hillbillies, right? They come into wealth and they move to Beverly Hills, and they're definitely a fish out of water. Whenever you feel like that fish, breathe, ground yourself, center yourself, and enjoy your new environment, your new life, your expansion, and keep plodding forward and allowing more and more and more. Thank you so much for joining me today. I wish you well. I hope you connected with that. If you're on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and share. And at any platform you're on. I know I'm on Spotify, iHeart. Oh my gosh. A little bit of a flub there. Apple, perhaps. Anywhere. If you can, follow. If you can, like, subscribe, and share. Please especially share. I would appreciate it so very much. And again, check out my website, because most of my services are available via Zoom, and some even on telephone. So don't let the proximity of me here on the East Coast of this America stop you from connecting. I've had worldwide clients, so it is possible. But for now, everyone who's listening, thank you, thank you, thank you, and I wish you all the best, many blessings, and I'll talk to you next time.